Ali.
Yes, Mr. Eastman, you have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant, DuPage Township, has formally requested that the project be continued to the agreed upon regular scheduled Plan Commission meeting on October 18th, 2023. This is in order to allow adequate time for the staff review, for the staff to review the traffic study. The traffic study was just received on August 3rd. Did not have enough time to physically, obviously, dissect that. And there's also going to be additional information provided in regards to security, the scope of services proposed at the Resource Center. So at this point in time, I do request that we formally continue that to the October 18th meeting.
Move to continue?
Okay, Mr. Eastman, are we voting on this?
Yeah, we'll need a first and a second to continue it.
Great, so can I have a motion to continue this project until our October 18th Plan Commission meeting?
So moved. Second.
Commissioner
Roll call
Wright
vote, please.
and Commissioner Shea.
Yes.
Commissioner Tucker,
Here.
Commissioner Shea,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Chair Ali.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Eastman. Next item on the agenda, PC 23, a special use permit for a commercial recreation facility, HyperKids, located at 141 South Weber Road. Applicant is Mahesh Urukula, project number 407.23. May I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion,
Second.
Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Wright.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker,
Yes.
Commissioner Shea,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Chair Ali.
Yes, Mr. Eastman, you have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant is here before you tonight in order to request approval of a special use permit for a commercial recreation facility in order to allow for an indoor party and play center at 141 South Weber Road. The subject site comprises approximately 6.12 acres, is currently zoned B2 community retail, and is part of a unified development commonly referred to as Country Air Plaza. Per the zoning ordinance, a commercial recreation facility is not a permitted use within the B2 zoning district. As such, the applicant is requesting a special use to allow HyperKids to occupy the tenant space located at 141 South Weber Road. Per the applicant, they would offer an indoor, year-round climate-controlled play center, offering a unique and innovative playground for babies, toddlers, and school-age children, such as slides, rides, and slow-moving parts, a 4-level play structure, light bright walls, floor pianos, a giant pin screen, and an LED dance floor. A concession stand would be offered for snacks and drinks as well as merchandise. Per the applicant, the hours of operation would be from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. It would be staffed with approximately 3 to 5 employees during the weekday and 10 to 12 employees on the weekends. Staff is here to recommend approval of a special use permit for a commercial recreation facility, commonly known as HyperKids, located at 141 South Weber Road. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Eastman. I, as chair, have no questions. Any questions from the commission?
Barrington does, yes.
Does the special permit include suites 137 through 141 or only?
It includes 141 and 139, not 137. 2 spaces. So it doesn't wrap around the building, but it is that whole frontage where it was like half Rockler, and it was empty. It was a party city at one point.
Oh, a Party City, the older Party City.
The old one,
Okay.
yeah. So this will fill 2 current vacant spaces.
So it was gonna be unified into one, like,
When Rockler came along, they didn't need the full space that Party City had, so they demised that into 2 spaces.
so they're
And
just
now,
going back to the old.
right, now they're gonna remove that wall and turn it back into 1 large space.
Got it.
And the financing has been secured.
The applicant is here before you, but he does have a pretty detailed, projection point on the financial side. But in terms of if the financing's been secured, that would be something I would defer to him.
Well, it's confidential, but except for the financing part.
Right, yeah. If he would like to disclose that, that's at his discretion.
Do we have any further questions from the commission?
Not seeing any, Mayor.
Okay, any correspondence from the audience?
No.
Okay, with that being said, I have a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Roll
Wright,
call the vote, please.
Shay. Commissioner Tucker?
Yes?
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to for the adoption of the findings of facts consistent with the recommendation for project number 407.23. Motion, please.
So moved. Shay?
Second.
Barrington?
Commissioner Shake, second from Commissioner Flores. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes. At this time, I think I find it appropriate to entertain a motion to approve special use permit for a commercial recreation facility, Hyper Kids, project number 407.23. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
Wright? Second. Shay?
Wright and Shay. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shay?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes, thank you. Welcome, Hyper Kids, to Bolingbrook. Good luck. Stand approved.
Congratulations.
Any new business?
I have no new business or old business today.
Any old business? None?
No.
Any citizens to be heard?
Would any citizens like to
Hearing-
speak? Yes, there are some citizens here.
Okay. Please have them report to the podium. Sign in.
Please just come on up. So if you wouldn't mind, just your name, address, and email, and then they'll swear you in before you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, all right. You want me to tell 'em here? Hey, Mayor.
Yes.
Since it's just public comment, they technically don't have to be sworn in. They'll just sign in, and then when they're ready to speak, they could speak.
Perfect. Thank you.
I can
Yeah,
just
you can
begin.
go ahead.
Hello.
If you want to just state your name and where your address.
Absolutely. Good evening. My name is Linda Ellis. I reside at 317 Peachtree Court, Bolingbrook, Illinois. I've been a resident of Town Center Park for 20 years. I've been a resident of Bolingbrook for like 35 years or 36, somewhere in there. I come here tonight to say I'm not opposed to helping anyone in need of help, but I do have a little bit of a problem with the decision to place the food pantry and possible home shelter or help shelter, or whatever it's considered, in the area in which you are looking. My question to everyone is, how are you living? And is it safe? Are you comfortable? Is it accommodating? These are the things that we need to look at when deciding something so impactful on a community, which I feel is not properly being evaluated, or maybe this is part of the evaluation period, I do hope. I love where I live. I feel comfortable. I have great neighbors. I enjoy the park-like setting. You don't find spaces like that anymore in areas that are affordable, which I'm a poor person, and worked most of my life until retirement. And I just feel like there could be a more appropriate or more accommodating area for something like that to go. I look at the busyness of the streets that we live on, and traffic, and the fact that there is a high school, a grade school, and middle school all in the same area. The fact that people generally that are coming for help, homeless people, sometimes are not necessarily mentally stable, or addiction, or so many things that affect their lives, that they're in the position that they're in at this time looking for help. I feel bad for that. As I said, I'm not opposed to helping anyone in need of help, but I also want to help myself. I want to make sure my property value stays where it's at. It's in a good position at this time and place. As I said before, I feel comfortable. I've just retired, so I'm spending a lot more time at home and enjoying that retirement, doing more yard work, sitting in my gazebo, which is a large open space with somebody who doesn't have a home might find it attractive. That kind of frightens me. I don't want to be afraid in the area in which I live. I don't want to feel like I have to be more weary of people. It's very quiet in the area except for the residents and visitors. I do feel as though it's a great little community, even though it's a large community. Let's see, I had another, schools. I was also wondering as well, has studies or things shown more police calls or more interaction with the police opening something up like this, and how this impacts our community? I recently went by the Morning Star mission in Joliet area on my way to the cemetery. My husband passed away last year, and to commemorate his birthday, and what I saw was really appalling. People, just all kinds of people hanging out, no visible place to go, very dirty. I felt bad. It was placed in an area of Joliet, which is like a poor neighborhood. And I thought, well, people that are trying to uphold their homes, regardless of what your financial means are, how does this impact them in the same way that it's going to impact us? I really wish that you would take a further look, take a closer look at where this could possibly be a more suitable placement. As I said before, it's very busy in the area in which to access from Town Center Park to wherever you want to go, And I just feel like it needs to be looked at and understood and respected, and that the people that are living, the majority, there are younger couples that are buying, but we are older people residing, and we want to feel safe, and we want to feel comfortable, and we don't want to make a big impact or a big change in how we're living. And that's what I wanted to say today, and I appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ann, for your comments, duly noted. Appreciate you being here today. Next, Chair's report. I don't have much to report, but I do want to say, Taste of Pakistan, next Saturday, August 26th. Please do join us at Village Hall. And that's all I have. Any reports from the commission?
Mayor, can we just double check there was no other citizens that wanted to speak?
There is.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
Come on, guys. Okay, I will.
There's another resident.
Here.
We do have
Yeah.
someone? Okay. I apologize. I can't see the full screen, so.
No, you're all right. I know you're excited about the Taste of Pakistan too. So.
Yes, we are. Good evening, and please sign in.
Okay.
You just state your name and your address?
My name is Rose Loesch. I live at 337 Evening Star Court. I've been here for 21 years. I agree completely with Linda. There's a lot of senior citizens that live here, and we do get afraid. I've been to Morning Star too, in Joliet. I know what that whole thing is. I'm not against the homeless people. I'm not against that. But this is gonna bring down the value of our homes. And if that's gonna be that, I'm leaving. And I love my home. I don't wanna give it up. My husband died too, 13 years ago. I feel very safe here with the police, with the fire department, with everything. But if this is gonna create a problem for us, I don't know where I'm gonna go. The value of my house and everybody else's house is gonna be down. And it's not fair. You people don't live in our subdivision. We do. So I think this whole thing should be someplace else. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. You're gonna pay us the value of our homes when this comes in? No, you people aren't gonna pay for it. We have to take the blunt end of it. We're seniors, we need that money. And we do feel very safe here. That's how I feel. And I'm for not having this whole thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Your comments are duly noted. Ms. Reisman, do we have any other correspondence from the audience?
Yeah, it looks like we have another one.
My name is Pat Brona. I've been a resident for 28 and a half years, and I live on Fernwood, right across the parking lot, actually, of the fence from Linda, apparently. The township excuse for having it on this corner is it's right down the street from the township office. That is not a legitimate excuse. I understand that it cannot go into a retail place because it is not retail. I understand that. However, there are other places in the village that could accommodate it had they chosen to look into that and wanted it there, but that's not the case. They want it here, come, excuse me, hell or high water. They did not take into consideration Canterbury has parking on both sides. You've got traffic going both directions. You've got people trying to go north on Canterbury off of Lily-Cash from both directions. You've got people going south on Canterbury from Briarcliff. Emergency vehicles have two ways out. Canterbury, Lily-Cash and Briarcliff. What's gonna happen when you've got these people that come very early in the morning, 5:30, to sit in line to get a spot so that they're not sitting all day? I had a neighbor who was very ill, so I've been to the pantry for him, he's passed. So I know what it's like to get up and sit there, in the wintertime especially. And the cars that are just sitting there. How are these people supposed to get in and out of their driveway or their street to get onto Canterbury? Again, they've got two ways in and out, Briarcliff and Lily-Cash. Like the others. Do we need a food pantry here in Bolingbrook? Maybe, maybe not. I do not agree with the resource center. Why could they have not built the new building, which is what this $3 million grant calls for, which is by no means gonna pay in order to put this here? Why couldn't they just build on the spot that they're in Romeoville? That is not causing any traffic issues where it's located. If the people are currently making it there, or I believe I actually heard now that they actually have some delivery. If you place an order somehow or another, they'll deliver it to you. If they're making it to Romeoville now and have been doing it for how many years, why can't they continue to do so? They could actually build up a new building around the existing building and move out if need be. Or put the building in back to have the parking up front or somewhere. That is truly an option. But the head of the township wants it here because he wants it here because the township building is here. They are not taking into consideration anything, and had he done his due diligence from the get-go, we wouldn't be waiting at this point for a traffic study. At a meeting, he wanted them to approve him signing the sale for the purchase of the land before they even had approval to build it. What kind of sense does that make? You know, where is his train of thought from? He wants what he wants, and he's gonna try to do what he can to get it. But I think that the residents are gonna start speaking up a lot louder, and I foresee a lot more people at this meeting come October 18th. Thank you.
Thank you, duly noted. Mr. Eastman, do we have any more correspondence?
Yes, there's one more headed up.
Breathe for a second. Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm new to Bolingbrook. My husband and I prospected many suburbs when moving from the city 2 years ago with our infant son. Bolingbrook was an extremely attractive place because of the parks, because of the openness, the neighbors, and we felt safe. We felt unsafe in the city for these exact particular reasons what we're talking about today. Yeah, I mean, this is literally right in our backyard. We live on Spring Mist. We are out all the time with our small child. We're riding bikes. We're going for night walks. We have a dog. We're outside all of the time. This entire project screams foot traffic, and a lot of it with nothing to do except snoop around, get through our stuff, go in our garages, etc. Exactly. If we're talking about building something from the ground up, I don't understand why that is the only lot. There's a lot of lots. That can't be the only spot that something can be built. I've spoken to several neighbors about this as well, all up and down. Unfortunately, as someone else was saying, it makes us just want to sell. It makes us want to pack it up and go. And are we ready for all of these people to pack up and go? What kind of impact is that putting? What kind of attractiveness is that giving any other young families that want to move here? Because I'm not going to keep quiet about it. Don't go there if they have a homeless shelter right there, right next to where your kids play. I work at the daycare on Boughton. We go out on field trips with these small kids. We go to the nature center. That's an easy 10-minute walk from here. So again, that is the safety of the schools. There's 2 middle schools. There's a high school. It's a mix of people that we don't want to be mixed. There's a reason why people live in the suburbs. It's the reason why I moved from the city to the suburbs. And I don't want to regret my decision and or convince other people that it's not a good decision to move here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more, Mayor.
Hi, my name is Michael Simpson. I live at 313 Newberry Lane. I've been in Bolingbrook 27 years. When I moved here, the community was close-knit. It was quiet. It was a great place to raise family. Where the high school is was once farmland, so I'm familiar with change. But I have to ask the panel, logistically, I'm a former UPS employee, 35 years with UPS retired. Logistics, why is that the spot? The traffic on Canterbury and Lily Cass are congested enough in the morning. You'll see the PACE buses can barely turn the corner, let alone if the city works are out doing their job, plus emergency from the police department and the fire department across the street. And I agree with many of the other people who have spoken about that particular spot. That spot has been vacant since I moved here in 1996. Why is that the place to put a shelter for people who need assistance? And like many other people who spoke, I'm not against providing assistance to those who need it. But logistically, is that the spot? When there are vacant spots and vacant frontage places all over the city that may be more conducive to those folks. Next question I have on is just the topic in terms of services provided. Are they in and out by a certain time? Are they staying overnight? Because that speaks to what everyone else has spoken to about their safety, being able to walk the neighborhood with their dogs or their kids as well. The logistics doesn't seem to kind of mirror up. It seems like that's a spot that's been vacant for so long. Let's do something with it. I don't know if that's the answer. We know times have been changing and things are expensive and people have challenges. However, there has to be another spot in Bolingbrook or Romeoville that's conducive, that can build up from the ground and then afford to have people come to use those services. So if you ask me, that is a great point to look at, because if you start putting traffic lights in, it's already, if you've already been on Lily Cash anytime from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., you already know what's happening. It's hard to get out of that intersection in general. And I speak to that because of my UPS background in logistics. It's going to make it one way in, one way out in terms of Briarcliff and Canterbury or Lily Cash. So there's not a whole lot of room for growth if you congest it even more, let alone the fact that we will have transient people, and I think that's what my folks are talking about. They're transient people. Where are those folks going to come from? Are they going to come from just the Bolingbrook area, the Will County area? That's not a conducive spot when you have homes and families, because we are concerned about property value. I have no problem with that. But just make sure you consider those thoughts before making that final decision, because somehow, some way, I hate to say it, but I'll be honest, there's some money funneling that way to put it on that spot, because that land has been vacant for 27 years since I've been here. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Anyone else? Yeah, there's one more resident. So right now, this is just an opportunity. It's at the end of the meeting for any citizens to be heard. So if you have anything that you'd like to discuss, you're more than welcome to get up. They're discussing comments regarding to one of the items that was formally continued, which was in regards to the DuPage Township Food Pantry. So there is one more resident. Just to reiterate, she came late. We formally did open and continue it to October 18th. So this isn't part of the public hearing. This is just public comment. So you're free to, you could go ahead and sign in, and if you'd like to speak, you can speak.
Selena Simmons. I've lived in Bolingbrook darn near 40 years. And there is a lot of dissension going on now. I moved here because it was an inclusive community. The idea of putting a food pantry on the corner, for people who cannot get food, that's a necessity. All around the world, we got things going on, and people cannot afford food. I don't know about the homeless people or whichever people it is that you're implying would be coming into this place causing whatever you think they're gonna cause because they're coming to get food. There are food pantries everywhere. Nobody has an issue with people coming 3 or 4 times a week to pick up food. It's not a shelter. It's not a place where people will be living. It's a food pantry. Lily Cash and Canterbury, they need a light. I'm 68 years old. I have a hard time making that turn without a light. I would like a stop light there. But as far as the food pantry go, that may not be the best location, but Bolingbrook definitely needs a food pantry. I'm not one of the people that need to go get food, but the people from Bolingbrook that do need food, how are they supposed to get all the way to Romeoville, all the way back up in the cut with the trucks in what used to be a garage? I just want to say, I'm all for it because we're going to have a lot of people that can't afford to get food, water. You don't know when something's going to strike your own home or family, and you may need something. Bolingbrook, a lot of Bolingbrook residents spend a lot of time talking about property value. I'm gonna leave that right there. I want the food pantry. I get long-winded. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Eastman, is there any further correspondence from the audience?
You want to speak?
Get the mic
Yeah.
over there.
Hold on.
I could take it.
I think it'll work.
First off, I want to thank the Plan Commission for listening. I want to make it clear, there's an applicant. The applicant is DuPage Township. They're the ones who are applying for this project, okay? And then eventually this board, Plan Commission board, will have to hear it, and that'll be October 18th. I just want to say, for this nice lady in back, you cannot imagine, we have so many resources in Bolingbrook for food pantries, okay? I just want to say that there's,
Hold on. We're not going to go back.
I'm in Bolingbrook since the late 70s, okay? So I can compare. There's one, what is the name, For Kids' Sake has one. We have many churches that have donations, Compass Church, there's several of them. There are several micro pantries. Believe me, people in this community go out of their way to help people make sure they have food. And now the township has a new service where you can eventually call in and they will deliver the food to you. So my point is that no one is against having a food pantry. They are more concerned about the location and safety issues. Okay, so I just wanted to make that perfectly clear because I was the village clerk for 38 years, and one thing I know is about helping people in Bolingbrook. Love the community, love helping people, and I want to thank all the people that came out tonight that live over in Town Center Park. Your voices were heard, and we will keep you posted accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you, noted.
Hold Hold on one second, Mayor. Did you want to speak? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, Mayor.
Is there any further correspondence from the audience? Hearing none? Well, Chair's report, Pakistan Day again, Face to Pakistan, Saturday, August 26th. Please come and join us for a fun-filled day with the family right behind Village Hall from 2 to 11. Besides that, any reports from the commission?
Go Bears.
Absolutely. All right. Anything from staff?
I would just like to, did you have something?
Just
Inez
wanted
has
to
something.
wish VBSD students and teachers a great school year. Wishing them productive, safe, and welcome back.
Just to reiterate, thank you for everyone that spoke tonight. I would just invite you to come back to the actual public hearing if you'd like to be on record for that particular, agenda item. So your voices are obviously heard tonight, but to be on public record, you'd have to come back to that particular meeting, and the doors will be open to all at that point in time. So again, though, I always appreciate residents who care. I work for you guys. I don't work for anyone else. I work for the residents. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you.
And that date is October 18th, Mr. Eastman.
Yes, October 18th. I can answer questions as soon as we wrap this up, but yes.
All right, at this time, then I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move, Shay.
Shay, right,
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you very much. Everyone have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.